how to make anyone fall in love with you and how to do it with ease and make a lot of money in the same process. In this video, I'm going to share with you the exact, verified, tested and trusted things that will get anyone fall in love with you with ease. That means that you have to be very careful with what you do with this information, because it's very, very possible that you get thousands of people fall in love with you, and if you don't do it rightly, you might end up marrying a lot of people, which is not good. Polygamy is not good, right? So you have to make do with this information the right way. But the interesting part of this video is that I'm not just going to show you these things. I'm going to show you how you can make a lot of money knowing these things and using these things for your own good, and how to consign your business right now. There are exactly 8 things that I have to share with you. In this video, I'm going to take time to explain the first 3, the top 3 things that will give you this best result. And if you pay attention to the end of this video also, I'm going to show you those who these things can't work on. People that no matter what you do, these things will not work on them, and what you have to do about it. So you want to give me your rapt attention from the beginning of this video to the very end, because you need all of these things to make the best use of everything I will be teaching you in this video. Now, without any further ado, let's get into these things. The first very one I'm going to share with you is how it works in the terms of relationship. I'm going to show you how you can translate that exact process to your business and get people to fall in love with your product. And just before we get started, it is very, very, very important that you know that if you get these things right for your business and people start falling in love with your product, you are definitely going to make a lot of money selling that your product. Now, the very first one is the packaging system. Now, if you want anyone to fall in love with you with ease and very fast, you have to pay attention to your physical appearance. And it's not about wearing luxurious clothes or seductive clothes. Those things are not the entry point. Those things are not even the concern here. For real and for real. So it doesn't matter if you are wearing a Gucci shirt, an Air Max sneakers, a Nike short, whatever, wearing diamond chains. That's not the bone of contention here. The physical appearance has to do with basic things and very, very little things that you might not even know. Number one is your fingernails, your toenails, the way you smell, the way your dentitions are, the color of your teeth, the kind of hair you are carrying, and how you make your hair for the guys. All of these things are, most importantly, the way your mouth smells. Many a times we don't pay attention to these little things, but some of them might look insensitive or not really a major concern for you, but these are little things that trigger people's system to fall in love with you. It forms a lot of subconscious reaction in the mind of people, and then sometimes they unknowingly just, I like this person, I really love this guy, I really love this person, without them even really figuring out what is it exactly. Is it because of the way he smells? Most times it's not even about that. So these things form this unconscious decision-making mechanism in their mind. And this is how it works. So you want to pay attention to your way your fingernails are. Pay attention, whether you're a girl or a girl, you don't need to like have very unhealthy looking nails. Treat them nice. But this is not where I'm going to tell you what to do, where to go and fix all of these things. I'm just going to list out these things for you. But most importantly is your mouth. You know what I mean? How would this make you a lot of money? When you appear in front of people, they perceive you first by your appearance. How neat are you? The neatness of your body tells on how you smell. So you want to take care of yourself and always smell good. And I must put this disclaimer out there. You don't need to bath yourself with perfumes just to smell good. You just need to be clean to smell good. Now, how does this translate to your business? It means that the way you package your product determines if people will fall in love with your product. So no matter how basic your product is, no matter how very affordable it is, the packaging tells a lot of story to the quality of the content they are going to pay for. And this makes people fall in love with the product. So even if you are selling very simple thing like pastries, you are selling just a wristwatch, The way you package the wristwatch will tell a lot of story about the quality of the wristwatch. And the first interface or connection your customer will have with your product is your packaging. So how you package it. For those who sell digital products, how do you package your programs, your training and courses? You just come out and say, I have a course. The designs, the graphics, the websites, the landing page, the e-learning platforms, the sales letter, how does it look, the landing page, the ad copy, the videos you are using to promote that product, how is the quality? So you want to make sure that you package all of these things properly, neatly, in a way that it appeals so cool to your potential customers. This is the entry point to getting people to fall in love with you. In the hierarchy of things, it's called the attraction system, where you do something very, very pleasant that will attract people to you. So with this, you have gotten to solve the biggest problem of making people fall in love with you or your product, which is the attraction system, by presenting and packaging it properly, neatly, and in a way to appeal to the eye of your customer or your prospect. Point number 2. This second point is very powerful, and it always makes the major bridge between people falling in love with you and people not falling in love with you. So you want to pay attention. This second point is the emotional system. And I must say this outrightly, that people tend to feel that buying into people's emotion is not good, or it means you're overstepping your boundary. That's not exactly true. The honest truth is that people want to believe and see whoever they are going to fall in love with connecting to their emotional problems. And I'm going to break it down right now for you so that you understand the context. So this works in 2 ways. There are basically 2 types of mood that every individual will have. 2 types of mood, basically, on the general scale. Number 1 is the happy mood. Number 2 is the sad mood. Now, if you find out what makes whoever your prospect is happy or sad, if you know these things, then you've solved almost 70% of the problem of this system. That means you can literally create and control their happy mood and their sad mood if you know exactly what makes them happy and what makes them sad. And to get people to fall in love with you, you need to know what makes them happy and always keep them in the happy mood. When people stay around you and they are always happy around you, they naturally fall in love with you. Now, how does this translate to your product? It means that you need to understand the problem of your customer, your ideal prospective customer, and also understand how your product is going to solve this problem for them and what will happen to them after they've used your product. And when you are communicating with them, you have to create this mental imagery of first, they're already having the problem, which probably they are still having that issue before meeting you or before the point of contact of you and your product. But now they want to know and have an imaginary situation of what will happen to them after they've used your product, which is the happy mood. So you want to make sure you are influencing the happy mood by giving them the experience of after using your product. Do you understand? So understanding these 2 sides of their emotions will give you serious leverage to making them fall in love with you or your product. Now let's get into the third part. Third part is quite a bit tricky, but very simple. But you want to pay close attention, because if you miss the 2 sides of this part, you will miss it all out. Okay, so the third one is asking the right questions. I say, rather, we'll put it like this, asking strategic questions. But look at the first tricky part. You don't ask a lot of questions. You ask few questions that will make them say a lot of things. I'm going to say it one more time. Ask strategic questions that will make them say a lot of things, because people get uncomfortable when you ask them a lot of questions. So imagine me coming to you right now and I'm saying, what is your name? How old are you? Where are you from? What do you do? How much do you earn? Do you like beans? Do you like rice? That's a lot of questions, and by the time I'm done answering 10 of it, I'm already pissed. I'm like, oof, this person asks a lot of questions, right? So rather than saying that, I would rather say, tell me 5 interesting things about you that you want me to know. That will give them talking and talking and talking and talking. And by then, you have a lot of information about this person that you will gather in just one question rather than asking them a lot of individual questions. So you have to be smart in this table. But how does this affect your product? So when you are in a place of closing deals with a client, you're in a phone call, you're in a face-to-face conversation, what you need to know is that you don't ask a lot of questions, you ask strategic questions that will keep your prospect or your client talking and talking and talking. Now, this is the first stage. The second stage of this is that when they are talking, and talking, you want to pay close attention and then respond back with references to the things they said. So what this does is it reassures your client or whoever is on the other side that this person of a truth has interest in the things that concerns me and was really paying attention to the details of the things I said. So imagine me telling you the details of how my family is and what happened in my family and all of those stuff. And when you are responding back, you are referencing it step by step. You can say, in 2008, you said this and this is how it affects X, Y, Z. So they have this sense of, oh, this guy really listens to me. He understands me. He pays attention. And that will make them naturally fall in love with you and with your product. And you can easily close clients' sales with this system. And I won't forget to mention that listening gives you the leverage to control the conversation. But most people think that talking makes you in control. But listening gives you control. I told you strategically that I'm going to tell you the people that these things will not work on. There are 8 items that I would have shared with you. I'm only going to release these 3 right now in this particular video. But there are people that these things will not work on, and I'll tell you the people shortly and what to do about it. But for the next 5 parts of this point, I would want to give it out to specific people who watch this video up to this point. So let me know in the comment section if you watch this part by telling me what you learned in this video in the comment section. And when you share it, I will randomly announce the winner or the winners depending on how interesting your comment is in my subsequent videos. And I will invite you to have a one-on-one conversation call with me where I'm going to share all of these things with you and teach you in details. But I'm going to say this outrightly: be careful of scammers. There are a lot of scammers out there that might be sending you DMs telling you they are Joshua Mbah and asking you for money. I would never ask you to pay me money or give me money for any form of investment. I want you to know that I would rather announce the winners in my next video, so you will see me do it live. So don't run around people that will DM you and tell you, okay, I am Joshua, do XYZ. Please, I will not do that. All of the links to my social handle will be on the description of this video, so for you to know if you want to reach out to me. But there are people that these things will not work on, and I'm going to tell you that people shortly. And I'm going to use one case, one person, an individual that I know very well that this thing doesn't work on. And if you know this individual and if you can study this individual, you now know the people that this thing doesn't work on. And that individual's name is Joshua Mbah. See you in my next video.